gentlemen. It's your boy Bulletz Gotti. You already know what it is. We live. Full of haters. Y'all know what it is. Sipping on some of that champagne for the pain. So, let's get into it. A lot went down. I was busy, had to do some family wise today. That's why y'all ain't see me live. Basically was dealing with my mom's. My mom's birthday was it's a new day today, but it was yesterday. So went out to eat, all that. Did the family shit, So let's talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's really have that conversation. Hassan Campbell, the show is over. Charleston White. I'm gonna be honest about the Charleston White shit, right? A lot of people are saying, they exposed him as a snitch. Let me explain something to everybody. And this is something that people need to understand. All these suckers is snitches. Bottom line. That whole code is cap. If you really look at a lot of things that's going on in the streets, these dudes is working. I have a VR, I don't know about that. They all working. If you look at dudes like, does your son have a VR, bro? I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Gotta be specific with your shit. I don't know what you're talking about. But when you look at dudes like To the Car on YouTube, now I can't add you to the to this because this not that type of live. But if you come on my next live, I could definitely add you though. Alright. I had that many views. Well, you watching, right? Salute to you. Smash the like button. So, let's get back to what I was saying. So, Charleston White is basically showing the world that you could troll, you could do all type of erotic things, and nobody cares. See, I always tell people, like, Charleston White is a genius. Whether you like him or not, dude is a genius. I can't even hate on son. Can't even hate on son. You know what I'm saying? And, like, a few of my family members is big supporters of Charleston White. They love him. They love his platform. I can't hate on a dude that is so crafty and pissing people off. People hate him because, let's keep it real, they not Charleston White. Peace, Keish. How you doing? How you doing, Keish? How you doing? You know what I'm saying? So, when I hear dudes talking about Charleston White snitching, first of all, he told you he gonna shoot you. He's gonna write a report to the police, right? He's gonna write a report to the police after he shoots you. And then after he shoots you, he's going to be fully justified in shooting you. A lot of people got to realize this, man. The man, you got to respect the man's method to his madness. I don't knock son hustle. I respect the method to his madness. He's just an intelligent dude. Why I say he's intelligent is because he's able to flip the stupidity of a lot of that y'all dudes be talking. So if dudes saying gangster things, talking gangster, talking tough, think they official, you know what I'm saying? Talk about what they gonna do, how they gonna harm this one on YouTube, all the nonsense that they be saying. And a lot of times, like I told y'all before, none of these dudes on the internet is really street dudes anyway. The internet shows you that a bunch of these dudes is either anti-social or their lifestyle is boring. Let's keep it real. Salute. Let's keep it real. You feel what I'm saying? So when they go to Charleston White, dude is just smart. He told you straight out the gate that I snitched. I am a snitch. I told. I did all of that. And I'm going to keep it official. Because I'm going to tell, I'm a snitch, I'm going to do all of that, but I'm going to still get money. See, I realized something about the snitching game, right? Because who's going to break it down? In the snitching game, there's no such thing as loyalty. Every man's for himself in the streets. Bottom line. I think what a lot of people keep misconstruing, or they just keep getting caught up in this illusion that the streets is something that they see in the movies that is definitely before the sauna is not. Let me tell you something, right? Y'all love mafia dudes, y'all love cartel dudes, right? A lot of those cartel dudes is diplomats that got immunity by the government. They don't have no problem telling on anybody. Straight like that. When you got foreign diplomats that got immunity by the U.S. government so they could sell drugs and they could flood your hood with drugs, but they always got a get out of jail free card because they was either a general in their country, a politician, or a successful businessman that got immunity. Y'all talk about Chapo, right? Chapo Guzman's son told on El Mayo to get his son out of the shit that he got him out of. Peace, Queen. You know what I'm saying? El Mayo, the biggest drug cartel. Now, let's look at it like this about El Mayo, right? El Mayo told on El Chapo first, right? He told on El Chapo first. What did El Mayo do after El Chapo got locked up? They springed his son loose. El Mayo's son was freed. Why? Because he told on his pops. Told on his pops. So, Chapo son gets locked up. He tells on El Mayo. So when you got dudes that's talking about the streets, I just laugh. Like, what are y'all talking about? That comes with the game. Snitching comes with the game. That's why dudes got to charge to the game. It comes with it. Comes with it. You understand what I'm saying? The reason why a lot of dudes become snitches is because either a dude is being disloyal or dudes ain't taking care of their family. That's how dudes become snitches, or they get manipulated by the government. Those two things that happen. The police manipulating you, the government manipulating you, or somebody did some disloyal shit and you can't finish your time. When people talk about Nicky Barnes, dudes was greedy. Nicky Barnes, they had no case with Nicky Barnes. Nicky Barnes went to jail for other people. That's why when people talk about Nicky Barnes, I'll be like, yo, y'all dudes don't know the story, bro. The man went to jail because his co-defendant, Jazz Hayden, and Wiley, who was Guy Fisher's brother, was doing business with a federal informant named Geronimo that brought Diaz around. Diaz, he never talked to this man. He never talked street business with him, never did nothing. The man came to Jacazzi's. They had nothing on the wiretap with this man talking anything criminal. All you heard was music. The whole time he was having conversations. How the man got locked up was because they was being so greedy that they took this man's federal money. So this is why I tell people all the time, like, how can you talk about the streets and talk about snitches when people don't understand the first rules of how dudes get jammed up in the first place? It be ignorant dudes that take money and don't know they taking marked down money from the police or from the feds. Liabilities is liabilities, bro. Don't think that snitches is liabilities. Dudes that is greedy and weak is liable too. So when I looked at Charleston White, I didn't look at him as a street dude. He wasn't a street dude, really. You know, he wasn't a street dude. Charleston White never said he was a street dude. You know, after that case he caught, he became a community activist, went to college. He went to college, became a community activist, was a politician, and basically he saved this community. A lot of these dudes talking about Charleston White, they didn't do half of what the man did. I can't fault the man. If the man doing positive in the community and niggas just running their lips, I don't want to hear nothing from dudes. When a dude is changing laws in his community, and the dude is like, because when I first saw a dude, I thought he was a troll. I was like, oh, this nigga's a troll. And then I had to watch him, and I said, oh, he not a troll. What he is he's playing psychological games with these people. And basically, they wasn't listening to him when he was talking one way. So he got to talk the other way to these dudes. I get it. He got to talk to tough guy bravado. But he out here changing laws and getting money right and helping people out. So when you start seeing dude changing laws in his community, making sure everything goes right, helping his people, and he basically talking to the youth. So how can I call that man a snitch or say anything derogatory about that man when he basically is doing things that you do should be doing in your community? You've been to jail, you've been locked up. You should be basically speaking positivity to your people, you know? And that's what a lot of these dudes don't be doing. They don't be speaking positivity to their people, you know? They'd rather talk nonsense. They'll rather lie to their people instead of speaking the real. So when you don't speak the real, of course you're going to be saying what you're saying. I can't knock him. Son, Charleston White, smartest man in the community when it comes to this YouTube shit. The Zips, the Zip with the Drips, the Hassan Campbells, they hating on Charleston White because he winning. And he got all the celebrities wanting to interview him, saying his name. He's more relevant than y'all dudes. Y'all not bringing nothing new to the table. See, dudes will rock with y'all if y'all was doing better for y'all community. See, I can't hate on, like I tell people, I can't hate on Charleston White. Okay, he did what he did when he was 16. That's cool. He did what he did when he was 16. We get it. It happens. I don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like, street culture is not black culture. So why should we care about a culture that's not our culture? Don't be mad that a man is doing big things and he making more money and people is booking him. They not booking y'all because they know y'all is frauds. Don't nobody want to hear nothing from no Zip with the Drip, nigga. What do anybody want to hear from a Zip with the Drip? This is a dude that's a born loser. Who wants to hear from a born loser? Who wants to hear from a Gully TV? Another born loser. Another born loser. Loser, a dude that is a closeted homosexual. A dude that backed down from an altercation, couldn't go to Philly. I don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? These dudes is mad because they not winning. And I'll be mad too. But hey, it is what it is. We're not gonna spend that much time on you niggas. Like I said with the Charleston White thing, these dudes is lames. Now, let's get to this gentleman right here behind me. You see him? That gentleman. Let's get to that guy right there. Okay? This guy right here we need to get to. Okay, ladies and gentlemen? Because it seems like, and like I said, man, I was eating lovely tonight. You see the plate, the lobster, had a nice lobster fest. Was eating good. But yeah, let's get to that gentleman right there that loves to wear coats in his house. So, let's get into it. So, Hassan Campbell. And let me give a big shout out to Death for the Cloud Chaser. I saw his interview with Xavier Williams. I don't rock with Death for the Cloud Chaser. But when he's doing something official, I gotta salute him. So he did an interview with Xavier Williams. If y'all don't know who Xavier Williams is, he's a gentleman. Happy birthday to you, family. He's a gentleman that is from Hassan Campbell's projects, right? Bronx River, right? This individual did an interview with him. Part 2 is coming out with a question. The $1 million question is going to be answered. Do he know Hassan Campbell? And is Hassan Campbell who he say he is? Now, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know I'm not a Mano supporter. I heard people speaking about Pretty Black. Pretty Black, I read the paperwork. I know all about the paperwork. It's not even really paperwork. It's just an interview, really. And like I said, Pretty Black, that's family on my father's side, right? And that's Mano's co-defendant. And Hassan Campbell don't know Pretty Black. Never spoke to Pretty Black. My cousin, Sosa, free him, spoke to Hassan Campbell and told him about the work on the phone. 10 toes down, don't know what he was talking about. Pretty Black was never going to expose Mano because, one, Mano went to go see Pretty Black and he took care of him. So that was never going to happen, him violating. Hassan Campbell just runs around and runs his mouth about issues and things he don't know nothing about. The same thing he did when he put Moose on blast, right? He put Moose on blast. To my, yeah, Moose shot Uncle Murder. Homie, you not from Brooklyn. You don't know Moose. Let's get that clear. You don't know Moose. You might have spoken to Moose because he might have been a fan, but you don't know nothing about that Uncle Murder and Papoose beef. Okay? That issue didn't have nothing just to do with no Moose. That situation stems from the Cav law, big truck, and all that. Now, I got family in Philly, all through Philly. A lot of family. So when son get up on his YouTube and talking about shit he don't know nothing about because he get third to fourth information. All right? Third, fourth information. He don't know none of these people, right? He speak to these people. This dude pays people. How can you listen to a man, right, that told you B.O. is his brother? First of all, when y'all see my documentary and y'all see the conversation I have with Joe Kidd, Sugar Ray, Tax, these dudes, and we gonna get Showbiz on there too. But these is dudes that ran with B.O. If you know B.O., Born Original, because that was his name before he was bugging out. They called him Born Original. If you don't know B.O.'s original name before it was bugging out, then you wasn't cool or tight with B.O., right? Hassan been running with this man's name and he ain't buy B.O. a headstone. How you running with a man name and you ain't buy this man a headstone? You ran with Xavier Williams' name so much that you don't even got an exclusive interview with Xavier Williams. Why is Xavier Williams doing an interview with a Chicago nigga and he from your projects? Why? Because Xavier Williams ain't never fuck with Hassan Campbell. Hassan Campbell was never a factor in Bronx River, ladies and gentlemen. He never was a factor in his projects. Ain't nigga could be locked up in Rikers Island and no niggas. That don't mean he was that nigga. Okay? That conversation that you heard Mano talking about, that phone conversation, I heard the whole full phone conversation. He recorded Mano on the phone and apologized to Mano because he thought Mano was talking about him. Mano don't know that. Like, come on, bro. He knew Lucky Dawn. He didn't know Mano. Like, you gotta really look at it, right? When you come online as a victim, somebody that was in a relationship with a hip-hop legend, You had sex with him. You was on the most legendary rap cover in hip-hop history, Midnight Marauders. If you don't believe me, hold on. I'm going to show y'all. How can you take somebody serious that's on a whole rap cover? I can't take nobody serious like that was on a whole hip-hop rap cover and then got the nerve to be talking about Nori door and all this. Nigga, you on a whole rap cover, nigga. You an industry plant. Shut up, nigga. You a whole industry plant, nigga. It was so much this and that, nigga. You had rapper dreams. Rapper dreams. You feel me? Hassan Campbell had rapper dreams. Okay? Rapper dreams. As you can see, who's that right there? Who's that at the top row with the bandana on? Ain't that Hassan Campbell? Next to Neek the Exotic. This is you, brother. We can't believe any gangster talk or any nothing when you on the back of a album cover like Midnight Marauders. That's Hassan Campbell. How he got on that back of that cover, I told y'all before. Chris Lighty put him on the back of that cover. Because Hassan really wanted to be a rapper. Ladies and gentlemen, he wanted to be a rapper. That's why he got so many pictures with rappers. He got a lot of pictures with rappers. How y'all gonna believe somebody that was really trying to be a part of the music industry? You know what I'm saying? Our God felt bad for Shorty, man. Sugar Ray and them felt bad for Shorty. They put money in his pocket. You know what I'm saying? They had him running around. He was a whole roadie. They had him, he was in the music industry. Yes, he was in the music industry. Working at the record labels. Yes. Hassan is not who you people think he was, bro. Before he got on YouTube, he was a bouncer. A bouncer. Before that, he was doing the street team shit. Yes, he was doing the street team shit. Yes, he was one of the street team dudes. Working at Violator. Doing street team work for Def Jam. Yeah. Hassan, we're going to put your whole thing out. You upset that you never made it in the industry. You upset. But you got all the pictures with the who's who. The Commons. The Big Daddy Kanes. The who's who. Because you a fan. You a fan. Let me just say this about Mano. And I told y'all this before. I seen the work. Hassan never seen the work. That's why he cannot produce it. He can't produce it. I've seen it. My cousin Sosa's seen it. But here's the thing. Pretty Black's not putting it out. So, I don't got nothing to do with that. Because somebody don't want to put it out, they don't want to put it out. But the who's who know. that need to know. But Hassan Campbell don't know that man. He ain't never had a conversation with that man. He got this information from 10 toes down, ladies and gentlemen. Hassan Campbell's a fan of these rappers. He was so happy to speak to Styles P. That's why he apologized to Styles P on the phone. Because Hocus put him on the phone with Styles P. He was so happy. Lucky Dawn put him on the phone with Mano. He apologized. But he recorded the conversation after before he apologized. The whole convo was recorded. He played it for me. I heard it. He told you. It was only 2 niggas he recorded on the phone. It was Mano and Whack 100. Yeah. But he apologized. See, Hassan wants to really be damn. So you got to understand the type of caliber. Hassan is a weak individual. He's a weak individual. He's weak. All right? He's straight weak. You got to understand the type of man Hassan Campbell is, bro. This is a dude that cries like a little bitch every time he comes online. This is a dude that doesn't want to admit that he was in love with Bam all those years and he's in love with men and not women. This is the man that told y'all online that I can't get hard in the bed with my wife. This is the same man that you can't even see an interview with him and his sister or his pops. Sister got a whole interview, 1-hour interview with his pops. It's the same man that was basically a paid agent that was paid to do what he did on YouTube. Because he was so desperate for money because the money was getting low. He wasn't doing bouncing work no more. So he needed another income. He didn't want to be on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. He got on YouTube by default. And what I mean by he got on YouTube by default, he got on YouTube because he was promised a bunch of good things. He was promised a book deal, like I told y'all. He was promised support from rappers, support from the industry. He was promised a movie deal, a documentary. He was promised so many things. But those promises never happened. So he said, you know what? Let me go eat off of this Tekashi 6ix9ine content. Let me start talking gangster. Because the Bambaataa thing is not working. I can't make no money off of that. So you got to remember something. Hassan is an attention whore. See, he never got attention as a kid because you got to remember his sister is the pastor with the mega church. Very popular. And Hassan is envious and jealous that he doesn't have the same success that his sister got. Hassan is a man that in Bronx River projects, he got ridiculed, made fun of, because he shit and pissed his clothes. Hassan is ashamed because he was a alcohol, drug addicted baby. Yeah. He was a drug, alcohol addicted baby. So he was born prematurely. So he never got the help he needed because he was a born loser. They used him up, made him a crash test dummy, never put money in his pocket, and he was envious and jealous of that. That's why he beat the shit out of Lily. Yeah, he beat the shit out of Lily. Beat the shit out of his first baby mother. Yeah, the Mullins sister. That's why they wanted to kill him, because he was beating on her. That's why he went to jail for assaulting a female. And Hassan did all these things because he was a homosexual that was living in a closet his whole life. His whole life. His whole life. He couldn't be true to himself because he wanted to be the thug. He wanted to be the gangster. He wanted to be the street dude. But they never respected him as that. They looked at him as the flunky. He was the flunky. So that's why they made him take the little gun charge. That's why they used him up. He was prostituting. Don't forget that. Mom Dukes kicked him out the crib. He had nowhere to live. So he lived on Unionport Road with Bam for years. Nigga took care of him. Nigga took care of him. Hassan, you thought I ain't know you was living with Bam for years, but we gonna let it all out. You was living with Bam for years, Hassan. He took care of you. He not only took care of you during your bed, but he took care of you when you was on the street. And they felt bad for you. Because you was just a little, like they say, the little wannabe flunky that just wanted to be down. Because you was really a nobody. They didn't respect you. Your peers didn't respect you in your hood. They didn't respect you. So that's why they took you under the wing as they little shorty. Because you really was a little shorty to them. And you still is. You never was who you say you was. See, Hassan, you know, like I know, I got the Dalil on you, homie. You gotta remember something, Hassan. I'm not like these other niggas on YouTube. See, I know your big homies. See, I'm more connected to Bronx River than you are, bruh. See, the worst thing Hassan Campbell ever did was violate Bulletz Gotti. That's the worst thing he ever did, bro. Because I'm not Sonetta TV. I'm not 10 Toes Down. I'm not none of these dudes. Not Wax. I'm not none of these dudes. I'm actually in contact with the dudes he violated. Yeah. And that's the wrong thing you did, Hassan. You see, in life, chess is one of my favorite sports. But mental chess is my best sport. See, what a lot of niggas don't understand is that, Hassan, you easy to break down, bruh. You will always be easy to break down. Because you was not a victim. You was the guy that basically loved it. You loved it. And the reason why Bronx River don't stamp you or don't stand next to you is because, nigga, you lied. You lied. You wanted Bam to continue to sponsor you, nigga, and he wasn't going to sponsor you. Your family don't fuck with you after what you said about your moms. They tolerate you, my nigga. Because they feel bad for your kids and your baby mamas. You not married, nigga. Lily ain't the mother of those kids that live in your house. Let's get that clear. You got one daughter with her, and she lived in university. Right? You don't tell people the truth about your life, Hassan. You don't. Your life is dysfunctional. It's dysfunctional. And we know it's dysfunctional. You know? I mean, I would feel bad about myself too when I shoot myself in the foot every time I talk. Just a delusional individual, bro. You know, when dudes have conversations about you, bro, it's just sad, bro. A lot of niggas is just betting on you to just take yourself out, bro. Sorry to tell you, bro. They just betting. That's sad, bro. That people really want you to just hang it up. You worthless, man. Look at you, bro. Just look at you. You just look worthless. You're a disgrace. You're not even a man of your kids. Your kids is embarrassed by you, bro. They embarrassed by you because every time you get drunk, my nigga, you tearing shit up in the crib. You cursing a mother out. You beating her ass. Beating her ass all through the house. Right? You flipping on the kids. You cursing them out. You going crazy. Because they know that any minute your switch can flip. Hassan, your switch can flip at any minute. Why? Because you know you a fuck up. You know emotionally you had these contemplating thoughts. You scream you don't want to live no more. You talk about what you want to do. Nobody's telling you nothing. Nobody's going to save you, Hassan. Nobody. There's no intervention for you. There's no saving you. Just come to grips that you're living in the closet. Just come to grips that you apologize to that man and that you lied on him. Tell the world that you lied on Ben. That they made you do it. That you can't live with the fact that you lined your mans up. Yeah. You can't live with the fact that you got Coral and beef with her man. That you can't live with the fact that you and Five Guard was in a whole relationship. That you was mad. Yeah, you was mad. That Five Guard didn't want to cut out old boy. Yeah. See, the thing with Five Guard, what you love about him so much is he's your protector, Hassan. You know, Wax Dog was low-key gonna be your lover. And what happened with him and you is that you was hurt that he was in the mall with the Shanks King dude. See, whoever gave you that video, you would have never knew that your lover, Wax Dog, because you gotta look at Hassan. Hassan is the type of man that he loves men to be his protector. He feels protected. Like Eric was his protector. That's why he loved him so much and he put his tattoo on his bicep. It's like that scene in Prison Song. You remember when Q-Tip came to jail and he saw his bro? Well, his bro was in love with him, but he didn't know he was in love with him in a different type of way. Well, that's how Hassan is in love with Derek, Wax, Five Guard. He's in love with these dudes because these dudes was his protectors. That's why he always told y'all, yo, me and Wax Dog, that's my shoot on the trigger. Yeah. Wax Dog was his shoot on the trigger because he loved him so much that he couldn't let him go. It's like that song, Baby, Don't Go. Baby, don't go. Baby, don't go. Yeah. So, he didn't want to let Wax Dog go. And he didn't want to let Five Guard go. But because they betrayed him, he felt he started beefing. You know, he's in love with 10 Toes Down. That's why him and 10 Toes Down, he admired him so much. You know, 10 Toes Down and him is both lovers on the low. They lovers on the low. That's why he talked to him a lot. And they both share the same identity, you know? But Wax Dog and Five Guard and all these dudes, they all was in that whole thing. See, the Derek thing, this is what happened with Derek and Hassan. Hassan didn't want to expose Derek, but it was a clout chase move. That's why he did what he did. He turned the camera on to get subscribers and views. Yes. He turned the camera on to expose Derek. But he felt so comfortable taking pictures with Derek at Steppins, you know. He felt so comfortable doing a whole interview before they went to Steppins. Even took Derek to the block where his baby mama Lily lived. Ain't that something? Now, Hassan, tell the people why Lily ain't around no more. Tell the people why Lily got another man and all this. Derek, let's talk about that. Oh, I'm calling that nigga Derek. Hassan, because you was Derek, bitch. You let that nigga hold you by your waist. The nigga was getting ready to kiss you. You knew he was on the fruity side. You didn't have a problem with him touchy, feeling you. You didn't have no problem touch me, tease me, hold me and caress me, hold on tight and don't let go. You was like, baby, I'm about to explode. That was you. So when Derek pulled up on you, you was so happy to see Derek. You was so happy to see him. You was. Y'all went for drinks, but you couldn't hold your liquor, Hassan. You got so fucked up that you couldn't hold that liquor. The liquor got the best of you. So because the liquor got the best of you, you went online and just exposed dude. And then you started crying, talking about, "Oh, I'm not gay. I'm not gay. I'm a soldier. Yo, why they doing this to me?" Bro, you know why they was doing it to you. Because that was your lover, my nigga. You was in love with him. That nigga and you was kissing and hugging and was at the dinner table. Y'all was at the restaurant table. Holding hands. Y'all was holding hands. Y'all was sitting there like two lovers at the table. You and Derek. You was happy. But what happened is, like they say, man, the true self come out of a person. You was so embarrassed. And you was in public. And you didn't like that he was acting the way he was acting. Because you didn't know if somebody from your hood was going to see you. So what you did was you turned the camera on and started flipping. But you really wanted to go back to the hotel and have sex with him. That's why, if you look, when y'all was on White Plains Road, you was grabbing that nigga hand and telling him to come on. While you was walking that nigga across the street holding his hand. Holding his hand. Holding his hand. You just didn't like the fact that he was acting the way he was acting in public. You didn't like that. Because you wanted to keep up this machismo, macho, gangster image, homie. But the fact of the matter is, he blew you up. See, with Five Guard, You can be yourself. You could be the fake gangster that you want to be. You could talk about spinning the blocks and having guns on you. Oh, well, the BB gun. Yeah. You walk around with the BB gun. Yeah, Hassan. Yeah. That's why when the police get called, they get called because you getting caught with a BB gun. Yeah. You make it seem like it's a real gun. Nigga, you ain't no gangster, homie. Let me tell you what someone told me on the phone one time. Say, yo, Gotti, man, I'm not no gangster, bro. I'm just a good dude, man. I'm just a good dude, Gotti. You know, dudes got me wrong, man. I'm not with none of that, man. Yeah, we know. You never was with none of that, Hassan. You never was a gangster. But you put out that image because you wanted the people to believe that you was a gangster and you was a gun buster, a shooter. You're not near that. Never was and never will be. So that's why when you was on the phone with me and we had that conversation when you was talking about 5 guard doing you dirty and you said, yo, I'm a good dude, Gotti. I'm not a shooter. I'm not a gangster, bro. I'm just a good dude. I knew you was just a good dude and you wasn't a gangster. You was a fraud. You never had no bodies. Don't make this nigga tell you he had bodies. He never had bodies. Never even had a fist fight in his life. Never had bodies. Never had a fight. Never had bodies. He never even was blood. Let's get that clear. Oh, yeah. I know where he was at. My aunt lived. Listen. Perspective creates the mindset TV. My aunt lived right there in Portchester, right? Right where the Auntie Annie's is now. But the Dunkin' Donuts used to be right there. Steppins is like 3 blocks away. You cross the street, you right there by Steppins. The park, the way they was walking to, they was walking by the park. The park, I played in that park as a kid. That park over there. Where he was having Derek fall in the street and all that goofy shit. Like dogs ain't want to get caught. Cause niggas be walking around there. So, let me just finish saying what I was saying. Hassan, you fighting with your sexuality, brother. You know, the people on YouTube knew you was fighting over your sexuality, but you have those sexual demons. That's why dudes say you need a sexual therapist because you got sexual demons. And we know why. Because, dogs, you've been having sex with men and love having sex with men on the low. So that's why when you get online, you talk this tough guy thing, you talk about penetrating men, talk about assaulting men, you talk about hitting them raw with no Vaseline. You just talk about doing a lot of things to men where heterosexual men wouldn't even think about doing that. But you so much love men and you love men buttocks that it comes to you. You have a dictation of talking about a man's buttocks and just anally penetrating them. Every time you have a conversation, let me F you in your butt. Let me do this because that's what you love to do. That's what you do. And Derek was doing too much that day that you was not even, and I'm going to be honest, you would have never exposed Derek that night if he wasn't acting out of the way. But his real side came out because you and him was both drunk. But you loved him touching your waist. You loved that. That's why you grabbed him by his hand. You didn't do what men do. Let that man walk on his own. You grabbed that man by his hand because You really wanted to do what you wanted to do, but he was making it too hot and obvious for you, making you look bad. Now let's talk about it. A song. The fake beefs. Hassan Campbell never had no beef on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. Hassan paid dudes to beef with him. It got so bad that he paid AK-47 to beef with him. Gave Mac Mean the footage of him backing the BB gun out on niggas in Bronx River. Paid the 050 to diss him. Had 10 toes to diss him. Because Hassan is a fake beefer. He likes fake beef. He likes fake drama. None of his drama on YouTube has ever been real. Because he's not who he say he is. That's why he talks to Sarnetta all the time on the phone. Y'all took Sarnetta's side and not knowing that they was playing y'all. They was trying to blow up Hassan Campbell. But when people started seeing through that, it didn't work no more. So now he staged up more fake beefs. Prop himself up. You know? His whole thing is that he was this young victim of band bodies. He wasn't a victim of BAMs. He was a lover of BAMs. He loved Bam. I don't think Bam loved him. The nigga used to top Bam off real well. And allegedly he liked the nigga golden. What he say? He got golden thighs. He ejaculated on a nigga golden thighs. That's crazy to me. What the nigga said? Yo, Bam, I ain't getting no head from my wife in a while. You wanna come give me some head? Now, what nigga gonna tell a dude that did him filthy that he wanted some head? This is the same man that told y'all, ladies and gentlemen, that he can't get hard to his woman. Listen to what I'm telling y'all. He can't get hard to his woman because he still thinks about Bam at night. One man says some craziness like that. You a heterosexual man talking about you can't get hard to your woman? So you laying in the bed, rolling over, thinking about another man at night. Thinking about another man at night. You thinking about how he was in your doogie shoe, how you was giving him head, how you love being in that nasty apartment, that stink, nasty ass apartment, like you said, smelling like Vaseline and ass. You like that. That's why you can't get that off your mind. You can't get Vaseline and ass off your mind. It's like that SWV song. It's like, you always on my mind. You can't stop thinking about that being on your mind. You can't stop thinking about Bam being on your mind. Because Bam was the man that didn't want to break you in. He wanted to just fuck you in. That's why you always talking about him putting his pickle on your lap. You still got flashbacks of him putting a pickle on your lap. You still have flashbacks of him jizzing on your thighs. You have flashbacks of him making love. You said when he got stabbed, you was on a mission to kill the nigga that stabbed him. You ever ask yourself what happened to the Spanish nigga that stabbed Bam? Hassan. What happened to him? I always wanted to know. Because you said you was riding. You was riding for him. You was riding for him. He loved you so much. That's what you said. He was a father to you. Yeah, he was daddy. He was daddy. He was daddy. And you loved him being daddy. You love being broken in. That was your favorite thing, being a bottom. That's why you and Five Guard was in a hotel together, because Five Guard was your bottom. Derek was your bottom, homie. Come on, man. You loved all this homosexual shit. But you was so caught in a hard place that, like you said, bro, you can't get hard with females. Because you still thinking about niggas' meat being in your mouth. Pause. You still thinking about meat in your mouth. Pause. You sat there with Coral and a homegirl saying you kissed Shorty and you was kissing every dude's meat in your mouth. You made that a point to say that. Now, what woman will respect a man like that? You wanted to be a rapper. You wanted to be a gangster. You couldn't be none of that. See, what people got to realize is this, like, when I look at Hassan Campbell, I just look at a dude that is just worthless. That's why Lee, all of them in Coral, the chick Juicy that you was dealing with, that came to your party, the light-skinned broad, you know, all these women that you flaunt around, dog, you don't want to be with them, nigga. You want that man, bro. That's why you ran back to Five Guard. You wanted that old thing back. You gonna run back to Wax Dog too, because you missed that nigga. That was your lover. Wax Dog was your, that him and Derek Williams, they was your lovers, homie. You was in love with them two niggas. Wax Dog was your nigga, your main nigga on the trigger. Derek Williams was your favorite mod. Salute. You know? Out there talking about Coral, nigga. Almost, you got that woman ass beat by her nigga. That's why she don't do no more videos in your house no more, nigga. Because you was out there trying to parade her around Like she was your lady, homie. You getting extorted by T-Mac and all these niggas. You had to pay them niggas poor tax, bro. We know what it was. You was paying them niggas poor tax, bro. You was being extorted. They wasn't allowing you to go to Hellbound and go to Cortland Ave if you wasn't kicking up that bread. And live stepped to you in the club, you ain't do nothing. But took a picture and apologized about this in Jim Jones. See, your story and your life is that you want to be down so bad that you basically is being extorted by gangsters from the Bronx for street credibility. You love having male-to-male action with other men. You know? You got this nigga running around talking like he's a Bronx stepper. He can't even walk in his projects. You didn't get shot, nigga. You shot yourself. Shot yourself with that BB gun. Didn't get shot. Never got shot. You lied. Just like you said you got a gun case. What happened to that gun case, Hassan? What happened to that gun case? Remember the gun case when you said, yo, you fought off 3 niggas, 2 niggas? They brought a gun to your property? Well, that never happened, bro. That was a BB gun again. See, like I said, Hassan, you ain't a street dude. You playing a role. See, the closest thing to street is gangster rap, MOP, Mobb Deep. You watching Menace to Society, Juice, Paid in Full, State Property. That's your street. Power is your street. BMF is your street. But you're not a street dude. Because a street dude is not letting Bam come on their thighs and whip they joint out on their thighs. You run around, got checkmate and all these dudes behind you, but these dudes ain't jumping out the window for you. You ain't see them jump out the window for you when you went at 50 and went out preem and all that because you ain't paying that much, Hassan. You ain't paying your soldiers that much. And they ain't willing to take a bullet for you. So that's why you gotta stay in the house. You scared. They ain't really risking to jump out the window for you. That's why you don't see T-Mac running around with them. Why you don't see T-Mac no more outside with Mac? T-Mac told him, stop dissing Fat Joe. Stop dissing Jim Jones. Stop doing that, Haas. Those my niggas. Chill. Son ain't listen. They cut ties with him. I told y'all. The sucker don't know to leave shit well alone. Son, do you want people to know that the income that you was getting was those SSI checks for your kids, the foster kid checks that you was getting for taking kids that wasn't yours in your house? Do you want people to know about you breeding bullies? But that wasn't making enough money. You being a bouncer in a nightclub and taking pictures with JoJo Capone and all these people. You found a lane in YouTube because really you wasn't making no money. You was riding around in a 2007 Audi SUV. And you didn't have no bread. You was broke. So you had odd jobs, working at nightclubs, doing security, doing bouncing. Niggas felt bad for you. Say, yo, Hassan, man, come do some security work. Put a little money in your pocket, do security work. Breeding the bullies. That wasn't doing no money for you. Getting a check for the kids and getting a check, and it wasn't helping you. So you was just fucked. You couldn't dress. You was wearing Rockaware like it was 2000s. The extra large fitted hats. So you was just really down bad. You wasn't even monetized when you first came on here, son. You wasn't making no money. You didn't start making money until 2018. You started YouTube in 2016. You didn't make money until 2018. And when you started making money, it wasn't about being a victim. It was about Tekashi 6ix9ine. You talking about spitting on Jay Prince. You talking about doing all these things. That's how you made money. You made money being a fake tough guy. You wasn't making no money talking about being a victim. Yeah. But you don't make no money. So, you lied. You lied. Nobody wanted to kill you. You love Bam House. It was the fun house. You love the cold word hit because you love watching porno with Bam and jerking off. You just love that so much that you couldn't help yourself. And they're not talking about doing these same things the dudes on YouTube that violated you. See, you never was a victim, Hassan. Because you had the same tendencies as Bam. You didn't mind having orgy parties with Bam. You didn't mind having threesomes. You didn't mind that. But when you got older, out of shape, didn't look like what Bam knew you to look like, he dished you and dipped you. And you was hurt. So you got drunk, like you always do. And you went live on Facebook and you said all these things about Bam, and then you apologized. Zulu Brothers called you on the phone. You said sorry. You asked Beg for forgiveness. You asked Bam, please, yo, forgive me. I was wrong. I spoke out of turn. I love you. You was a father figure to me. And bam, let it go. Because you apologize. And you apologized then when you saw him in May of 2016, before you officially came out. And you hugged him. And you told him you loved him. The same night that you took that picture with that sky blue, Diamondbacks fitted, and that sky blue muscle shirt. That was the night. That was May 2016. So you saw Half Pint and B Stinger getting the glory, and you wanted a piece of the pie. You was younger than them. So you made up a whole foolish lying scenario. The scenario was that you was in love and you couldn't let him go. Couldn't let him go. That's why you said that you got head from that young boy. That's why you saying all the things that you saying. You touched this one. You know what you did, Hassan. You can't live with the fact that you are who you are. That you are living in the closet. And you want money and fame. You want attention. But the attention is slowly fading. Slowly fading. They don't believe you anymore. Because they look at you as a liar, a deceiver, a con artist, and a fraud. You've been at 40,000 subscribers since 2021, right? It's 2025. You haven't moved yet. Why? Because you're not the truth. Not the truth. You was a prostitute, Hassan. Just say what you was. They treated you like a hoe, and you had no problem with that. Because long as Bam loved you, you was all right with being his hoe. You was all right being his bottom. You was all right with him taking advantage of you. You was all right with living your life being his boyfriend. So, with that being said, you can't live in a reality when your reality is you don't believe the shit that you do. So, so what can I say? You lied. Old girl used you. You set your mans up. And he ain't here no more. Tell the world why you got Eric's name on your arm. He ain't your Cody. He was your lover. Wasn't your Cody. He was your lover. And you love him to death do us part. You was living in Connecticut. in Bam house. Can't let that shit go. Cause that was your first love, man. That long as I live shit, man. That was your first love, man. Bam was your first love. You love Eric the same way too. That's why you put the tattoo on your arm, bro. Love him the same way, bro. But Bam was the one that turned you out. And you can't let that shit go. Doesn't register in your head to let it go. But it is what it is, man. Nasty work. Nasty work. But it is what it is, man. It's your boy Bulletz Gotti. Salute.